In this video, I am going to show you how to make a Mengers sponge. Not an actual sponge, but the really cool looking mathematical shape. There isn't really any purpose in making one of these other than the fact that it looks pretty cool. So here we have the basic cube, and then we cut out the center of all the sides, these cubes into mini cubes of their own, cut out the center of those, and then just continue forever. Now today, I'll be showing you how to make one. We start off with our square here and place 2 blocks on one side, 2 blocks on the other, and end up making this sort of square outline here. Don't fill in the middle. Then we're going to place blocks on the corners here, so it should look something like this, maybe like a castle tower. Then we're going to repeat the bottom on the top. Make ourselves a little cube like this. This thing right here is made out of your normal 1x1 blocks. Now we scale it up, and this one section is our 1x1 block. Add a couple there, add a couple there. We got our little square outline. Got the castle walls, or the crown, or whatever it looks like. And repeat the top layer, and you've got another larger version. And if you're wondering, to speed up the process of making this over and over and over again, I'm using this mod called Axiom that allows me to select something to like copy, and then I can just paste it a few times. And then it's done really quickly. There are other ways of doing this very quickly and efficiently without using mods. You can also use these things called structure blocks to copy this section here and go in and load a new version. It's slightly slower, but this version still works, including on Bedrock Edition, which is where I first did it many years ago. We can get the structure block by running the command /give layer name and type in structure block. Now we're going to do the same thing again. This whole thing, it's made up of these 3x3 cubes. Now this is our cube, and we're going to use this as our mini cube and make a larger one. So we're going to go in, pop it down there. We've got our square outline, our little crown, and just repeat it over and over again. Now this is going to be our mini cube. Now this cube here is going to seem pretty small as we use it as our new mini cube. By this point, it's probably not all too possible to build it by hand, at least not under a few days, because this is kind of like huge. Now using this big thing, we can go in and make an even bigger thing. Now it's gotten to the point where it's pretty large, and to get around easily to access the different corners and stuff, you'll probably need an Elytra and Power 3 rockets, as it's faster than creative mode flying. But this giant thing is still not as far as we can go, because as long as we haven't reached the build limit yet, there's so much more we can do. So now we've gone in, made ourselves a cube, split that cube up and poked a hole in it, split those mini cubes up and poked a hole in them, and made this thing that is huge. And if we do try to make it go any higher, we'll unfortunately just be cut off by the build limit. Now we can still increase the size of this sponge without actually increasing the size, by cutting up these smaller blocks into pieces by using a texture pack. Here's a resource pack here, and if it's gone by Modrinth's review process by the time you're watching this video, then you can download this resource pack as well. And here we have a much more detailed Mengers sponge that goes on forever. Subscribe. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Have fun building, and I shall see you in the next one.